Good morning, afternoon, my beautiful kings, queens, internet cousins. What are you guys doing? I was just over here thinking, and I have to tell you what I was thinking about, obviously. Duh. So, the night of the crimes, Jack DeCour said that he drove all night. I'm so sorry, Jack S. And this is all speculation, alleged for entertainment and educational purposes only, but that night, he said that he drove roughly 7 hours back to his family's farm or whatever he said. I can't think of the right word. But why I find that ironic is because of the fact that the wrecked car, the wrecked white Elantra, was found roughly 7 hours away in Eugene, Oregon. So that means if the car crash did happen around 2:45 a.m., let's say roughly 3 a.m., they drive 7 hours. You're thinking you got to take pit stops. And honestly, I doubt they left right at 3, because 3 was right after, like, everything had been going on until around like 2:45 a.m. roughly. So that would be perfect timing. 7 hours, you drive away, you get away, and then you call the police to say what had happened, because the vehicle's gone, the wrecked car's gone, and now the cops can come. That's an alibi, right? Oh, I was driving alone for 7 hours in the middle of the night of a quadruple homicide, and nobody bats a fucking eye, because nothing's wrong with that. Just like the fact that everyone decided to take a nap that day. Be fucking for real, dude. Be for real that a bunch of college kids are just so wore out from partying that even when I used to day drink when I was that age, dude, I wasn't out here taking naps in the middle of the day. And it seems like everyone got up around 8 p.m. if I'm correct. I feel like that's what Hunter had said. I'm not 100% sure, but it just doesn't make any sense, man. Why haven't they been able to give us any information about that wrecked car? And why was the first thing they said is, oh, this car has no relation. Nothing's related to this wrecked white car that matches the suspect's car. That's why I said it kind of feels like somebody was probably just like, hey, there was a white Elantra involved in this crime, and we're trying to cover this crime up. So go find me somebody with a white Elantra. And then BK started getting pulled over constantly. Think about it. Really think about it. He started getting pulled over all the time, etc., etc. You don't know, man. You just don't know about people. I'm sorry, but I can't imagine having no reaction to a bunch of my friends being brutally unalived. Nobody batted an eye. Everyone seemed like their interrogations were staged. I still have to go through some more of the documents. It's really untelling at this point. It's just so sad that people would go to these lengths to cover shit up. If nothing happened, there would not be 3,000 fucking gag orders. I can assure you that. If nothing happened, there would not be 3,000 gag orders on this fucking case. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was just another case where they had a shit ton of gag orders out, and it was a weird, wonky ass case too. I'm going to figure it out. What really gets me is, like, if you go back and check everyone's alibis and then go start looking at different cameras, you can pretty much see that the alibis were a lie. Jack S. said, oh, I left with the girls around 2:30 and they got into some silver car. And that's the last he's seen of them. But I find that highly ironic, because he left at like 1:43. So if he wasn't there and wasn't there when the girls walked away, how did he know what vehicle they were going to be getting into? Hello. This entire case physically and literally makes me sick. I'm not the type of person. I don't like deception. I don't like lies. I cannot stand a liar more than almost anything. A fucking liar and a thief is pretty much the top worst in my book, man. Just like, how could you live with yourself knowing you're keeping some kind of secret like that? How could you live with yourself knowing that you invited your friend to come down to spend the weekend with you, and then she got brutally unalived? Everyone keeps commenting about the video where they said, oh, well, somebody was a CI in the house, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I don't know. I know that there was a picture of the girls of Maddie and Kaylee that I had posted, and it was a picture of them with 2 Washington IDs. And for whatever reason, as soon as I posted it, it got flagged and taken down. And I'm not sure why, because I hadn't had any restrictions previously to that. And this is also just speculation and just my opinion, but there's another clip where the cops are like, yeah, I was walking around and I seen these people over here. They said they were walking around 4 a.m., but they didn't see anything. And then I don't know if it's just the way my criminal mind's ass brain works, but I was just like, that's weird. What does that mean? That they weren't supposed to see something? Because if not, they were going to be the next fucking person to get it. I'm sorry. My brain has to think like that, because at the end of the day, the only person that you truly know is yourself. The only person you know what you're capable of is you. All the people around you with smiling faces, some of them, actually the most sick fuckers in the world, wear the best mask. Like, they will straight up be your best friend. You won't even think anything about it. Your gut will always tell you, though, when somebody's up to some bullshit. So I just wonder, did the alarm bells ring for the girls? Did the girls know something was going on? I mean, they had that weird thing at the grub truck where Maddie was pointing her finger at that older man, and then he pointed his finger back at her, and it's just fucking weird, man. I don't know why, but I feel like we really need to zone in. Can someone list off if they know Maddie's old boyfriends? We need to look into some of Maddie's ex-boyfriends, because like I said, when this case first dropped, it said that Maddie had been being stalked and that the attack was primarily for her. I mean, you don't go stab someone in 13 times in the heart. You have to think about it like this. Everything in this case was done to just clusterfuck our minds and confuse us. If they were using the Jack-in-the-Box bag to try to make it look like it was one of the Jacks, you don't think that they would do the same thing with that and just flip everything around? So they made Kaylee look worse to make it look like the attack was targeted to Kaylee, and everyone, by all accounts, has said that she was just a good little girl. She didn't like anything to do with other stuff. I mean, in some of the interrogations, when they were asking Dylan about Kaylee and if she used any drugs, she was literally like, no, Kaylee would never use drugs. So that makes me wonder, man, because there was that thing going around that they said that the girls had said something about something and flushed some stuff or something. I don't know, man, but it's really terrifying. It's really scary to think that someone could set you up like that, because that's what the fuck it was. It was some kind of weird setup. And when it didn't fall on the boys, it fell back on BK, because I don't know why. Unless he's really friends, because at the end of the day, too, they could say, oh, he's weird. We don't know what their relationship really was like. But I do find it really strange. There's a clip of Steve, and Steve's like, yeah, all these guys are IT, yada, yada. But I feel like we could do a search and maybe it's a cousin of someone. Was he hinting that that 23andMe was actually for them to retain the blood, so that way they could run an in-depth analysis of possible relatives to the actual unaliver that they did not know they were related at all? So then when it comes back, touch DNA can be from a familial link. It can be shared from DNA of a family member, basically. And I'll never understand it, because there was blood samples at the crime scene and they chose to use the touch DNA off of a knife sheath. But if you walked up and shook someone's hand and then they went and touched something else, that would transfer touch DNA. And like I said, it was only on a button like this big, so it just makes no sense. That's why I always say it, man. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. That's why the best policy is always honesty. If you're honest and truthful, then you don't have to remember a bunch of fuck-ass lies. That's why I refuse to lie. I refuse to do anything like that, because it's way harder to fucking keep up with it than to just tell the truth to begin with. I'm so glad that my parents raised me to be an honest, truthful woman, man, because people out here are not like that. They're not. So I don't know who else needs to hear this either, but stop trusting motherfuckers, man. Stop trusting people. If you get that weird gut feeling about anyone, to anyone who's listening to this, please, please always listen to your gut and your gut instinct. And like I always tell you guys, stay safe. Whatever that means for you, keep your pepper spray, your weapons near you. You just never know. You never know what somebody else is capable of. And the way people out here on these streets are all doing drugs and shit, bro, they're out their fucking minds. So I love you guys more than you would ever know. Please stay safe. and leave your comments below. I'll be back in a little bit. Love you. Bye.